Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us again this week. My name is Tawana Rivers. I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at the 10K Project, and I have these two amazing gentlemen with us tonight from The Cut Buddy, Joshua and Jason. So happy to talk to you this evening. So happy you guys could join us, and we are excited to introduce you to our 10K Project community. Before I turn it over to the gentlemen to wow you, what I will go over is their campaign page, or I always like to show you the campaign details. And so tonight we'll do that. We'll turn it over to the gentlemen for their presentation. We'll open it up to the Q&A. And then we have our drawing tonight. So gentlemen, we've been doing, since the beginning of the year, we've been incentivizing the community to come live to the presentations, right? Instead of watching them on replay. And so what we've been doing is every time they come to a live Tuesday session, their name goes in a drawing to win either $100 cash or an upgrade to our platinum membership package, which gives them 6 months of financial planning. And so we do the drawing the first Tuesday of the month for the previous month. So today is drawing day for the February winner. And so how we'll do that later is I'll give you gentlemen a number from one, I think tonight it's 1 to 501, and you'll pick a number, and that person is going to be who wins. So
a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure.
So super excited. I'm going to share my screen.
Now the time to say my Cash App is this if you want me to choose the number.
they can slip it in just a personal message to you, what number to call.
Yeah, right?
I love it. So this campaign tonight, community, they're at Seat at the Table. So remember, Seat at the Table is one of our newer Black-owned portals. So we're super excited to support another Seat at the Table campaign and keeping this all in the community, right? And keeping this ecosystem going of supporting Black businesses and Black founders. So super excited to have a Seat at the Table campaign tonight. Right? I want to just go over the campaign details. So the gentlemen are raising $750,000. They have already raised $139,900 from 112 backers. And the minimum investment amount on this particular campaign is $100. I want to go over to the terms so you can see the terms here. So we talked about the $100 minimum. They're also in $100 increments, right? And actually what you are going to get is a safe note. So this, remember we talked about safe notes before. So that is simple, simple agreement for future equity. All right, simple agreement for future equity. And so this is a safe note, and you can read all of the terms. One of the things I always like to remind you guys is that the founders put a lot of work into the information they put on the campaign page. So please take a few minutes and look at everything listed on the campaign page, right? And if you have any additional questions after we're done tonight, please don't hesitate with posting a question in the discussion tab of the campaign page. But we're gonna hang out with the gentlemen all night, right? So if you've got any questions, please, when we get to the Q&A time, don't hesitate to put those in the Q&A so that we can learn more through your questions about the project that the gentlemen are working on. So with that said, I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to let them take over. Gentlemen.
Great. Tawana, thank you so much for having us here with the 10K Project, and thank you everybody who's joined the meeting. I know it's late and we want to hang out with the children or watch Netflix or something like that, but I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to share our story and what's going on, and I'd love to have you guys part of the family. I wanted to just introduce ourselves so that you can see our faces, that we're real people. We look like you. We have the same struggles as you. We live the same kind of lifestyle as you. We're very easygoing, humble guys. So at the end, ask any questions you want. Don't feel any need to be afraid. But we'll go ahead and get started. We're gonna have a pitch deck that we're gonna go through, but I'm more of a storyteller, so you'll see me lean more on my story and my struggles as how we started the company, and then we'll go through the growth of the company. But my name is Joshua Esnard. We'll go over that again and who I am. Jason, did you want to just say hi and introduce yourself?
Yeah. Yes. Hello, everyone. As Josh said, we're really excited to be presenting the Cut Buddy and, and kind of update everyone on kind of our progress and introduce everyone on our progress in this cool company that, we've been working on for the past few years. So again, just really excited and thank you all for taking the time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen and get started with the presentation. And that way, I can go through the story and you guys can see more of the visuals. So our company is called the Cut Buddy. Some of you who watch Shark Tank may have seen me cry on national TV in season 9, and you saw us maybe in season 10 or 12. And our goal is to make haircuts easy. Right here, let me try and minimize this. You will see our team, and my name is Joshua Esnard. I'm the founder and inventor of a few of our products. The story with me is my dad was cutting my hair. I'm from a small country in the Caribbean called St. Lucia. My parents had me as teenagers, and my dad was really old school, so he'd cut my hair. He was like the MacGyver guy. He was DIY guy. Many of you guys have that parent that just refuses to get like professional services. They have to be that person. And my dad was cutting my hair for many years, up until the age of 13 when we moved to America. And he just had one type of haircut, and that was just the buzz cut. Like in my country, it's called a kobo, and that's in patois, and that's just for having a straight buzz cut and no real designs or no edge up, no line up, no fade. So my dad was cutting my hair. I got sick of it, and I was like a 13-year-old, and I decided I wanted to cut my hair because he wasn't going to take me to the barber. So in doing that, I grabbed my dad's clippers and started cutting my own hair. That did not work out. And many of you guys know how cutting your hair is a very hard task, because during the pandemic, well, we're still in it, but during lockdown, you had to learn how to cut your own hair, or you had to cut your children's hair, or your wife had to cut your hair. And it definitely wasn't easy to do that. So I tried to cut my hair, ended up with cheetah spots, bald spots in my head, pushing back my hairline. And I just kept trying and trying, and I couldn't get it right. What I realized over time was the hardest part about cutting my hair was the precision of lining my hairlines and doing the perfect curves. So I cut up some folders my dad had, detergent bottles, pizza boxes, just to find some shapes to put against my head to become like a guardrail, so that I can recklessly try and edge up my hair. And even if I messed up and tried to push back my hairline, I had this tool that would help me out, basically, not help me push my hairline back. And actually right now, what you're looking at is, at 13 years old, what I created. This was a prototype that I made in my dad's home. It started out as pizza boxes and detergent bottles, but then he took me to Home Depot, and this is part of a door screen, and this is just a folder. So I cut this up, and I was using this to edge up my hair from the time I was a teenager all the way to the time I was 28 years old. And I can sit here and give you the whole story all the way from now to how we are in Walmart and everything, but that would take me 3-4 hours. I do a lecturing at different university. It takes 2 classes to cover my story. But just long story short, 15 years later, I kept using this tool. I went to the barber about 3 times. And I got very lazy one day when my wife was trying to get me to fix this door after we were moving things into our apartment. And I said I would fix the door later. And my wife said, you never finish what you start. And that kind of stuck with me because I think she meant just put the door back on the hinges and do that chore. But it struck me as she thought that I was content. I wasn't showing up for my life. I could have done greater things, but I was okay with just going through the motions to a low paying job every day. So I took it more seriously, and I took this prototype and an inventor book that I had from a teenage years. And literally on the first page, you'll see here, and on the second page, it was this invention that I had since a teenager. Just because I had a barrier to get over because my dad kept giving me undesirable haircuts and I kept messing up my hair, and I had solved my problem. So that's the long story. I patented the product with a lawyer. I took my inventor book there, and that's how I became an entrepreneur. I had to bootstrap it with my own money. I went to pitch competitions. People were presenting technology and apps and AI and stuff like that. And here I am with, oh, I'm going to change the world one hairline at a time. And nobody really believed in this low tech little gadget. And they're like, the Cut Buddy, you know? So I had to bootstrap the company and pay for all the legal stuff, all the manufacturing, all the designing. And I'm actually glad that's how it happened, because it taught me how to fight like Ali, rope a dope, be efficient with fighting with my money. Because if I did something wrong, or if things didn't work out, I would be homeless. I used up all my money, and my grandma gave me about $1,000 of her own money that she couldn't afford. Rest in peace. She passed away from COVID a year ago. But that's how the journey started as being an entrepreneur. So I'm gonna get into the details of the pitch competition, but at least I am someone who went through struggles, born in a developing country to young parents, and I solved my problem. So if any of you guys are inventors out there, or don't believe you're inventors, you are an inventor because you have problems. If you have problems, write them down and try and solve them. I solve them when I'm in the shower. I might have a dream, or I might be sitting on the toilet and I might come up with an aha moment. But if you're asking questions, then you're an inventor. And it doesn't matter how simple it is. As you can see, this is a dinky, simple tool, and it's sold over 1 million in millions of houses so far. So yeah, so that's me, my long-winded story. Jason, did you want to give a little background on yourself?
Sure, happy to. So yeah, again, my name is Jason Battle. I started working with the Cut Buddy probably right around 4 years ago. And I'm helping from the financial standpoint and strategy standpoint. I spent 9 years as a vice president at Goldman Sachs, doing banking there and sales and trading. And also just kind of helping companies grow, different companies from a public and private perspective. So when I met Josh through a mutual friend, Alex Kresovich, who we went to college at Cornell together, I saw the good opportunity this company had to grow, exciting young company, and I came on board, and we've been working hard at this ever since.
Great, thank you, Jason. So just to talk a little bit more about our team, you just met Jason. And Jason met Alex at Cornell University. Alex and I both grew up in Ithaca, New York. When my parents moved to America, they kept pursuing their degrees, and we ended up in Ithaca, New York. And I grew up with Alex through middle school and high school. Alex may not look like he has rhythm and all types of skill in producing rap music and things like that, but this guy here is actually a platinum music producer, hip hop music producer, and we're very proud of him. He also is a PhD candidate here at UNC in communication, and he fills in one of the communication side in our business. He helped a lot with communication with the media, and also with our controlling of infringements and stuff like that. Until today, he's still a very critical member of our team. The newest member of our team is John Lyles. He's a military veteran. He is an innovator. He's a creative like me, an inventor, and he's helped us create some of our best products that have come out to date. He invented the Bald Buddy, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But yeah, he's head of innovation right now. And you may see some familiar faces here. These are our advisory team and mentors. You may know some of them from Black Enterprise or from Shark Tank or Partake Brands as well. So let's get into the mission of the company. Without me reading it out, the mission of the company is making haircuts easy. Originally, it started with just that shaping tool, but when we broadened out the mission, we started thinking about making innovative tools that were affordable to take out the struggle of cutting your hair and shaving your hair. We make tools that are inclusive for all nationalities, but we also think about the things that really are the things that make you struggle. So one of those is ergonomics. If you design a product for someone with disabilities and dexterity, then that product becomes an even easier product to use for people that don't have disabilities. So we think about ergonomics. Ergonomics also goes towards stopping you from messing up your hair or giving you ingrown hairs. So that's a big part of making a haircut or a job a lot easier. We also curate kits that take the anxiety down of cutting hair. So normally when you see other kits, it's just a clipper and a comb and a scissors, but we curate a kit with 35 pieces that makes someone feel more comfortable in handling a haircut. Just a side, not a side, but a social mission that we have, which is just as important as our mission, is called our Shave and Save mission. And part of our proceeds on each of the units that we sell go to veterans from the military who have mental health disabilities or dexterity disabilities. And we recently partnered up with the VFW to donate to their causes, whether it be scholarships for students, whether it be helping them with events, whether it just be helping people pay some of their bills and stuff like that that are veterans who may be struggling. Obviously, as you can tell, we're certified minority-owned business. You can see I'm from St. Lucia, African American. But yeah, so let's talk about the overall problem here, and let's get into the nitty-gritty stuff. Here's a problem. Here's a major problem with the industry. So our industry is plagued with companies trying to make the flashiest looking trimmer or clipper and basically providing you with guards and combs and then some oil. If you've ever bought a clipper from Walmart, every company is selling you the same thing inside on different aisles, and it just has a different face on it. So whether you buy a clipper with Jason's face on it, or you buy it from someone, a white person's face on the box, or you buy it with a dog on a box, you're gonna get a clipper, a comb, some guards, and some oil. Now, I don't like Scooby snacks, so it's like, why are you providing me the same thing as you would provide someone who's white, or you'd provide somebody a dog, you know? So that just tells us that the industry is just trying to make a run for your money and not actually trying to help you make your haircut easy. So what's happening here is multicultural consumers are generally overlooked for what they actually need to accomplish a haircut. So what we're doing to create a solution for that is we're making innovative tools. We're making tools for different skill levels. We're curating kits that provide a brush, a comb, a straight razor, a detangling brush, a Cut Buddy hair shaping template tool, a stencil pencil, a trimmer, a clipper, all in one box, so that when you open up that box, you feel like you are not anxious to cut someone's hair because you have all the necessary tools to cut your son's hair. Another thing that we're looking at is creating tools based on ergonomics. So a lot of things, let's talk about one example, our Bald Buddy shaver that we designed. If you don't have an ergonomic product, you're forcing a product into your scalp, meaning that you're irritating your scalp and you're not getting an even cut or an even shave. And for us, that's how we end up with ingrown hairs, irritation, or razor burn. So when you think about ergonomics and you have something that can feel comfortable in your hand and you're not forcing it into your head or plowing it into your skin, that helps us reduce ingrown hairs and irritation and problems hair. And another thing we're working on now is formulated products to approach issues primarily with ingrown hairs and irritation and razor burn. So we have shaving cream that we patented with an exfoliating head. I can show you it right here. We have a shaving cream with an exfoliating head. We patented this. Normally you just get your shaving cream and all you have is a tube, but with this shaving cream and an exfoliating head, you can push the shaving cream through this hole, but you're exfoliating your scalp as you apply shaving cream. Now, many companies are just giving you a shaving cream. That doesn't help you because you're just putting it on the layer of your skin and it's not penetrating your skin. Your goal is to flake off or scrub off dead skin cells, any grime or dirt on your head before you even start shaving. And that's what a lot of people don't either have time to do or don't know to do. And if you're plowing a shaver without exfoliating your skin, then you're just putting bacteria and stuff back into the pores of your head. So when you shave, you're just going to end up with irritation or ingrown hairs. So that's just a little rundown of what we're doing. We're also doing community building with a lot of DIY tutorials on helping beginners learn how to cut their hair. So let's talk about some of our products. The Cut Buddy shaping tool is the product I invented when I was 13 years old. It's a 6-sided hair shaping tool stencil. It's patented. It comes with a pencil as well. So the Cut Buddy shaping tool, you'll see here. This is the package. Let me grab one. It has 6 sides and you could line it up to your beard or your hairline, and then you can recklessly cut as crazy as you want, and you're not going to push your hairline back. You're going to end up with a perfect edge up based on what the template is allowing you to do. This is by far our most popular tool. It's in over 1 million homes. Works for beards, hairlines, necklines, all nationalities as well. The next product that we're very proud of is our Bald Buddy. This is a rotary shaver. So many of you guys are probably like, oh no, I'm not going to put a shaver on my head. That's going to make me bump up. But we created this ergonomically. Most of the shavers, you know, you have to put it on your head like this. And you'll see how my wrist is strained and I'm pushing it against my head. That's going to irritate your head. And that's how you're getting ingrown hairs. But the way we designed this, think about a buffer, a janitor's buffer, is you're going to run this and it's just going to glide on your head. See how natural it is? And it just glides on your head, right? And another thing we did was we gave it spring-loaded head. So it's riding the contour of your head instead of you pushing it into your head and trying to get a cut that's forced. So that allows you not to have irritation and just a better gliding cut. Works in water, works dry, works with shaving cream. It charges with a USB-C. So even if you forget the charger for it, you just plug that cell phone charger in or one of your gadgets chargers in, and it will charge this thing up. Another thing that we have is our 35-piece clipper kit. It's a clipper and trimmer kit, and I kind of explained that to you a while ago. It has 35 pieces in it instead of the traditional just 3 that the other companies are giving you. It gives you a real sense of of confidence before you can cut hair. We even threw in a nail grooming kit into there for pedicures and pedicures and manicures, and it even has tools to pick out any like ingrown hairs you may have or any imperfections you may have before you run a clipper or after you run a clipper. It has a brush, a detangling brush is something that people don't think about. You know, before you cut your hair, detangling it with a shower brush, a straight razor. It has a cut buddy shaping tool in it. It has a trimmer. It has a clipper in it, and it comes at a price that is better than any price out there. We sell it for $75, which can't be beat for 35 pieces. And then I also talked to you guys about the shaving cream, but we also have an aftershave that's coming out next week. We have a bald head butter that's infused with willow bark. That's really good for your scalp and healing. That's coming out next week as well. And then we sell the replenishable blades for this product. Something I'm actually proud to present to you guys. You guys are the first people that will actually get to see this. Is we just developed a patented trimmer with John Lyles, the head of innovation. And you're saying, well, there's nothing special about this, but look at the ergonomics and the grip on this. It's like the shifter on a Mercedes. So you already are used to holding a shifter, but that's not even the best thing. Have you ever seen a trimmer or a clipper where you can turn the head? Have you ever seen a clipper or trimmer where you can turn the head and get the perfect angles that you prefer to cut and feel comfortable? Because right now, the clippers that you have are just a straight line and you have to just deal with it with your wrist. But with this, you could turn the head and cut any way you want, and it also tilts the head. All right, so it's pretty cool. The other thing about it is it has an adjustable head. So if you move this up and down, it moves the blade forward and backwards. So you can edge up your hair or you could use it as a trimmer. You guys are the first people seeing this publicly. It's still in prototype phase, but it's patented. It charges with a USB-C as well. It's a real cool, neat tool. We think we're going to change the world in grooming. Well, we know we are with this tool here. So yeah, those are our products, and we keep on innovating. Those are just our main lineup of products. We have probably 10 other products that we sell, but we just wanted to highlight the ones that you'll probably see when you're in the next Walmart or in Target. So let's talk a little bit about what we're doing right now as far as our big box retail distribution. So in Walmart, in 2021, we had 2,700 doors that we sold the shaping tool at. For this year, starting next month, we'll be in 3,600 doors. For the Bald Buddy shaving tool, the shaver that I showed you, the rotary shaver, will be in 3,500 Walmarts starting next month. Starting in April, sorry. And Target, we just started our relationship with them. We'll be in 600 Target stores with the shaping tool this year. And we will be in online with the Bald Buddy shaver this year. Beauty supply stores, over 1,000 stores nationwide currently carry various SKUs of our products. And potential clients that we already started talks with include Walgreens, CVS, and the military and Meijer. Actually, we have a call with Nexcom, which is going to be your Air Force and your Marines. We're going to have a meeting with them next week. So I should have added their logo here, but that's just to tell you that the products that we have are wanted, and we're expanding in retail very fast. Just some e-commerce channels that we're on Amazon. We're a top 1% ranked product for 6 years. which is the Cut Buddy shaping tool. That product went viral 3 months after we launched the company. And we're a top 5 Shark Tank product in from the show. Some other SKUs that we sell are other shaping tools, the Bald Buddy, and the 35-piece clipper kit. Those run out. So like if you even go on Amazon now, our website, they're sold out. Like that is why we're trying to raise money, because we literally can't hold inventory because the market is so hot with our products. On as far as our website, you'll see many of our other products sold on there. We went viral with our shaping tool in 2016 with 12 million views on Facebook, and a few other million views on YouTube as well. And actually, most recently, if you guys follow Joey Badass, he was shooting a video of P. Diddy getting his hair cut by his barber, and his barber, that's how we found out that P. Diddy's barber uses the Cut Buddy to line P. Diddy's hair. So that video hit 12 million views just a few months ago, and that was a pleasant surprise. We didn't solicit that. We didn't send that to P. Diddy or his barber. It's just cool to see it in the video. I was like, wait, that's our product. So it's pretty cool to see where and how people are using our product. They're using it in ways that we never thought. Even tattoo artists use it, and people that do micropigmentation use it, which is basically the tattooing hairlines or dots for it to look like you have hair on your head. Those are some other channels that we sell our products on, that you guys may be used to seeing. So with all that being said, with the growth in retail and the growth in on our e-commerce channels, we want to do that for a little bit, get that infrastructure down and make ourselves a household brand. And then we want to duplicate that, well, replicate that internationally, you know, thinking about South America, the Caribbean, Africa, you know, those areas are fast growing areas in grooming. Actually, Africa is one of the fastest growing, the continent of Africa in general has some of the fastest growing economies around grooming. Actually, we did a project with a great charity called Cross World Africa, and we provided clippers, trimmers, and the shaping tools to women and men in the villages, primarily in Kenya. And there was a barber instructor out there that used our tools to teach them how to cut hair. And I just learned the other day that 4 of them have opened their own barber shop. So it's just great to see that we're providing a tool that is allowing people to free themselves financially, or provide for their family in Africa. And we look to continue that. Actually, we're supposed to take a trip a year ago, but because of the pandemic, we weren't able to go out there and see the barber program. But yeah, as you can see, we want to replicate this internationally, and that can make the revenues go up tenfold. Another great opportunity that we have that's coming up, we just signed up to Sam's contract. And we also signed up to the P-card purchasing system for the governments. So we're going to start bidding for government contracts with the military, with the prison systems, and local governments. And this gives us an opportunity not to only sell the products that I mentioned before, but it gives us an opportunity to sell shaving creams, hand soaps, sanitizers, shampoos, things like that, to local municipalities, prisons, and the military. We're really excited about the military because we know that they make these packs for soldiers, and also we know about shaving profiles. If you guys don't know what shaving profiles is if a soldier complains that they can't do their duty well because they have irritation or ingrown hairs, their team or superior would allow them to either keep a light beard or lighter hair and keep it just clean and nice with an edge up, or they will prescribe them to a specific shaving cream or aftershave to help get rid of the ingrown hairs or stop the irritation. And all of our products address this, from our aftershave, our shaving cream with the exfoliator, to our rotary shaver. So that's pretty exciting there, government contract wise. And the government has actually committed $3 billion yearly to purchasing from minority owned businesses. And we checked the SAM's contract website, and there weren't that many grooming companies that were bidding. So we're just very excited because that's an open space for sure. At the end of the day, the government is the biggest customer in the world, the US government. So there could be a lot of contracts and money out there too. I'll pass this on to Jason to talk about a little bit of our revenue growth over the last few years, and then he'll go through a little more about what we've been doing over the last 12 months.
Yep. Thanks, Josh. I really appreciate it. Hello again, everyone. It's Jason. So yeah, I wanted to start off just kind of showing, the momentum that the Cut Buddy has and our revenue growth over the last, 4 to 5 years. It's been really great. So as you can see through this chart, in 2018, we started off at around 330,000 in revenue, and it's steadily been going up from there. As you can see, between 61%, 31%, and 58% over the next 3 years. That revenue growth came from a few different things. We have a licensing deal with Andis, which was in Walmart. So Andis, which is a major clipper trimmer company that you all are probably familiar with, they saw the promise and how good the Cut Buddy template product is, the shaping tool. So we licensed that with them for a few years, and that went really well. The product performed well with Andis in the box with the package with the clipper and trimmer, and also sold individually. And then 2020, we continued to see growth between the Andis deal, which was expanded to more stores in Walmart and a few other retailers. And also there was just a lockdown momentum of folks being home and having to cut their own hair due to barbershops being closed. And then 2021, as you can see, growth went up 58%. And that's when we really realized that we had something here, where we went from 700,000 in 2020 to that 1.13 million in 2021. And that was due to the expansion of products and also direct Walmart distribution. Kind of took a leap of faith because we were so confident in our ability, confident in the company, confident in our products, that we took that leap of faith, and we did not renew the Andis deal. We went direct to Walmart, and Walmart was really excited, and they started the template, as Josh mentioned earlier, I think in 2,700 stores in 2021. So instead of getting the 40, 50 cent royalty payment, we started making a few dollars on each item that we sold as well. So that really, really helped our growth from there, between that and, as I said, expansion of other products with the Clipper Kit and the Bald Buddy online. And then, as you can see, 2022, we're expecting, again, great growth, 218%. We're estimating to do, 3.5 million in revenue this year. And that's coming from the expansion of the template into more Walmart stores, and also the shaping tool, and also launching in Target. And then also the launch of the Bald Buddy in 3,500 Walmart stores as well. And then we marketing and advertising more of our products in general. And so the really exciting part, as I kind of mentioned, the last 12 months, a lot happened. So as you can tell, October 2020, there was the redesign, the shaping tool for retail. And that's when we got awarded 2,700 stores in Walmart for that in November of 2020. But also Josh and John did a great job of curating this Clipper kit, which has been a success and is constantly sold out. So that was, late 2020. And then from March and November of 2021, the shaping tool just exceeded Walmart's expectations. And the Bald Buddy was developed and launched in our Shopify store. So that helped us tremendously as well. And, as I kind of stated earlier, Walmart awarded us 3,500 stores of the Bald Buddy, and they increased the shaping tool from 2,700 stores to 3,600 stores. They gave us that award in November of 2021. And that was really exciting news. Usually Walmart, big retailers like that, they usually start products off, 500 stores, maybe 1,000. So we went into last fall thinking that we were going to hear about, 500 award store, a 500 store award or 1,000. And we were excited about that. And then they came in and, they tripled that basically, or 7 times that, depending on at 3,500 stores. So then that just again proved that we were onto something by getting kind of Walmart's vote of confidence in our product and being that there's nothing else like that and we have this patent on it. And as we continue to expand, Target also, as we mentioned earlier, awarded us those 600 stores, which is great and it's going to help us hit this revenue of in 2022. And then this is kind of some, just some details and some facts about the current market. As you can see in the top left, multicultural shoppers are driving personal care sales. It's growing in general, that market, but as you can see, African American and Hispanic people are leading the increase in the growth in that market. In the middle here, you see global men's grooming products. That just in 2018 it was 60 billion and it's expected to be 81 billion in 2024. So that's just a great growth and we want to be a part of that. So that's why we're getting involved. Then also on the far right, the brand positioning map, it kind of just shows you, where we feel like we fit in compared to other brands and what separates us. So, there's different brands out there as far as from different price standpoints. And also kind of what user they're focused on, a diverse user or the white demographic. And, as much as we do lean in on diverse users, we do think, like we said earlier, this is a very inclusive product. So diverse from white, Black, Hispanic, or, even in some of the products can be used for women as well, which is another thing that, an opportunity we see. And then on the bottom left here, just recent acquisitions in haircut and shave market. This just kind of shows, we want to show kind of the ability to exit and what this company can become. You guys have probably seen Manscaped around. They've recently did an acquisition where they were acquired for $1 billion. And so that was huge. They did that probably in 5 or 6 years. And, we saw the path that they went and we really think that's something that we could do. And so they basically were doing 250 million in revenue this past year, and they were acquired for $1 billion. So, and similar to another company, Cremo, who does more so wet goods, but they also have some tools as well. They were acquired by Edgewell in 2020 for 235 million. And it seems like, the 3 to 4 time multiple of revenue seems to be kind of the valuations for our market. So that's just helpful for us to kind of see where we think we can sell this company as we continue to grow. Yeah. And then lastly, there's also Bevel, which I'm sure people maybe recognize as well. They raised $31 million and they were acquired by Procter & Gamble from an undisclosed amount. And then here, guys, as you can tell, we're here to raise money. We're excited about what we're doing, but the reason we're here is to raise capital. Is we need it to help us grow. As Josh mentioned, he's bootstrapped this company for years, and we're to the point now where revenue's coming in, we're in retail, we're doing well online, where we need capital to help us grow. And so here's kind of a general kind of fund allocation that we're thinking. And some of these, may shift over with time, but we want to, the most important thing right now is, inventory for our website and for e-commerce and then big box retail and beauty distributors and marketing. Like those are the big things because we want it to be successful online. We want it to be successful in stores. And so we need to get those, have the inventory, but also have the marketing and advertising dollars there to get it done. And, here's another kind of general outline of our growth plan and revenue plan over the next, 3 to 4 years, and also shows kind of, we created this in 2021, which we were a good year and we hit our number. But this shows kind of a general plan of how we expect to grow and, these revenue numbers that we are shooting for in the next 3 to 4 years. And it's a few different things, over the next few years, we want, as Josh mentioned earlier, international expansion. We think if we can do well in the US, we get our systems in place, let's put this in Europe, let's put this in Africa, let's put it in South America, wherever the case may be, and take this to other continents and countries, and just replicate. So we think that's a huge opportunity. Celebrity endorsements, like really ramping up marketing, advertising, as I mentioned. So all these different things, as well as, more retail stores, more direct to consumer success there. And so this is just more sort of general outline of how we plan to make this happen and be successful over the next 3 to 5 years. And as Tawana mentioned earlier, the reason we're here is as the SAFE, the investment opportunity. For this investment round, we're trying to raise $750,000, and the valuation cap is $7.5 million, and at a discount of 10%. And so our goal here and kind of how we got to this is, we are very confident that we can hit our 3.5 million goal this year. And as you can tell, most companies have sold at like a 3 to 4 time revenue. And I would say this is an art, not a science. So in theory, in 2022, this company should be worth, if you did 3 to 4x revenue, between 10 to 14 million dollars. But investors have to take a risk or have faith in us. So we wanted to offer and try and meet somewhere in the middle at this 7.5 million valuation is where the investment be. So in theory, if someone invested 750K, the full 750K, they would get at least 10% of the company. Cool. So thank you, everyone. I'll let Josh kind of close out at least the presentation.
Yeah. So, once again, I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your late night to, listen to our story. I could have sat here and gave my whole story because I'm passionate about all the struggles and humps that we had to go through, but that can be another meeting one day if you can invite us as guest lecturers or something. But I'm passionate about this. I nerd out when it comes down to inventing. I'm literally sitting at my inventor's desk right now with all the things I break apart. And I've been doing this since I was an only child in the Caribbean with young parents who were trying to study for their masters and stuff like that. And I still do it today. And that's therapeutic for me. It's my love to approach a barrier and a struggle and overcome it. And I take showers, I go to sleep, and all I can think of is just inventions in my head. And I'm just looking forward to sharing the journey with you guys. I have an amazing team. They are not yes men. So I'm the creative guy. I may have the loony ideas and stuff like that, but my team keeps me accountable, and they are smarter than me in the areas that I am not smart in. But I can confidently say that there's no grooming company, shaving company, or clipper company that's touching the innovation that's coming out of this head and John Lyle's head. It's like a beautiful mind squared, basically. So thank you so much for your time. And if you have any questions, we're open book. Don't ask for my social security number, but everything else is an open book. Thank you.
Very good presentation, gentlemen. And we already have quite a few questions in the Q&A. Keep them coming in the Q&A. I just want to say I'm still like mouth open at the prototype of the new Clippers. Like, wow, come through innovation. Yeah. You hear me? That beautiful mind is something special. That is nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That really is pretty cool. Yeah, keep that up. All right, let's get to some of these questions. So Lorraine says, will this be available to professional barbers as well? I've seen a few of them use cardboard guides. So she's talking about the actual, the shaper, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. So although we pitched you on a DIY company, the reason why we even sell a pencil with our Cut Buddy is because a lot of our demographic is barbers, primarily barbers in training and salon artists. The master barbers kind of have their lining technique down, but they use the Cut Buddy for the enhancements when they spray on the hair fibers or the Biogen and stuff like that. But for learning barbers who are still trying to get the motion down to edge up hair, and for salons in general, when they're going to school, cosmetology school, lining and edging up hair is generally not in the syllabus. So they have to learn how to edge up hair on their own. So this comes as a neat tool to just help them offer that extra item on their menu that they can edge up hair, and they're not just doing other options. We also have many barbers and salons that use it on women with short hair as well. So that is it's definitely offered for them. Actually, hold on. We actually just started working on a product recently specifically for barbers because Jason's good friend is a barber for many NBA stars and celebrities, and this is just a bigger model of it. But we noticed that they were using the cardboard and the plastic what is it called, business card. So we tried to make a tool that fit the different angles. So as you can see, there's circles and designs inside, and this could match up to the edge, or it could match up to the beard down here, and they can spray. But we're still working on it. I kind of just got the prototype today, and we're gonna make it more miniature. But yes, long story short, yes, barbers and professional products are in the view. We're setting up a focus group, and the barbers that we're starting with are in Chicago. We're gonna get a meeting with them, the celebrity barbers. We're gonna use them as a focus group to help us innovate new products for barbers.
Yeah. And one of the other things too, Josh, I mentioned just with barbers as well, is, that the clipper kit right now is more so beginner's kit. We also kind of want to make that professional barber kit. So like this focus group that Josh is speaking on, we also want the professional barbers to kind of give their feedback and partner with us to see that professional advanced level clipper kit as well, or clipper tools that they can use as well.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to add is that our wet goods are currently being used by barbers because a lot of the customers always complain about razor burn and ingrown hair. So our cooling shaving cream that has jojoba, tea tree, and eucalyptus and willow bark has really been helping them with clients who have heads that irritate a lot. And our aftershave spray is kind of like, if you know the company like Ten Skin or Barbasol, we have a product coming out that will rival it for sure. So we're going to use that barber team as a focus group for that product to gain feedback. But even this product here is being used on celebrities and heads at barbershops right now. So barbers are using our bald shaver to shave heads.
Yeah,
you can
so-
see my head. I used it today, nice and shiny,
Well, long story short, I guess it's both. You know what I mean? Like we focus on barbers,
Yeah, it
individuals.
sounds like it's both.
We're covering it, as we said, inclusive for sure.
Yeah. And so I just had an idea. In some of the products, you may want to throw some CBD oil in there. And I got the plug on somebody with some good oil that you can buy. It's a company called Sunjoined. Sunjoined is from the Black Farmer to the distributor. So we got a good hookup if you want CBD.
Would love to talk to them. I actually just ordered some coconut oil with CBD from my friend because I told him I want to mix it in with the bald butter that we were going to try to see how it reacts with my head and other heads. But yes, CBD would be something that would be great to look into for the future, specifically for our bald head balm.
Very good. Okay, Ayana says, I figure for self-haircutting, the greatest difficulty is visualizing the head. Is there a mirror, 360-degree mirror available?
So my best friend actually owns the patent to the 360 mirror. It's called a self-cut system.
Nice.
So I'm not, unfortunately, I have sold his product in my shop when we do cross promos, but I won't step on his territory as he's not stepping on mine. But it's called the self-cut system. It's an amazing mirror. We're actually on the shelf at Walmart right next to them. So my good friend invented that.
Look at that. Inventors hanging out together.
Oh, we're a very close community, and our goal is to take the dinosaurs down. So
Nice. Anonymous says, you have a great product and vision. With all due respect, considering your Shark Tank buzz and your sales, why are you seeking more investors?
so our investment with Damon John was actually he didn't end up taking equity because he doesn't believe in taking equity from early companies. Although you saw it on the TV show, after the TV show, we agreed that something that would be financially mutually beneficial would be to set up a licensing deal. And that's how we came about setting up that deal with Andis Clippers, where Andis sold millions of units of our product. Damon got a nice royalty and we got a nice royalty. I actually sat back and thought maybe I retire just licensing and making a few $100,000 a year. And really actually what woke me up was the George Floyd tragedy. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. And that was around the time when we were negotiating our royalty contract. And I said, you know what? We need to take ownership of an industry because no one's innovating for things for us. And no one looks like us in the leadership of these companies for any clipper or trimmer. There is no other clipper and trimmer company on the shelves at Walmart and Target that has leadership that looks like us. So that's really why we went directly to Walmart, because we knew that we can solve the situations for the struggles that we're having. But to go back to the question, our deal with Damon was primarily just about the licensing deal. It wasn't an equity deal. Traditionally, after the show, he looks for more deals that keep him out of the equity side. So that's why we're looking for investors from outside. And it kind of came really sudden. We thought we were only going to be in 300, no, 100 to 300 stores maybe as a test run with this bald shaver. And the cost to make this bald shaver is a lot more than just making the template. So when we got the commitment in late December and we had to deliver these products by next month, by this month, we had to deliver the products. We went into somewhat of not panic mode, but we went into, oh, we need to raise money so that we could keep up with manufacturing. So we're trying all outlets. We started with this crowdfunding opportunity with Seat at the Table, which is a Black-owned, crowdfunding platform, and that's why we're here. But don't get it twisted. Jay-Z at Marcy Ventures is on the line, and the other VC people are on the line too. But we wanted to get friends and family the opportunity to own part of our company first.
Yeah, and one thing I'll just add real quick too is not uncommon for deals that you see on Shark Tank to kind of be renegotiated after the fact. So the company that I gave you, and they kind of give a disclaimer at the end of the show. The company that I gave you, Manscaped, they did $1 billion deal in the last few months. But basically on the show, Mark Cuban did an equity investment with them. The deal ended up falling through after the show. And 5 years later, they sold for $1 billion. So, it's deals are kind of renegotiated, and there's no sign on whether they're successful or not, as that was just an example I like to give.
Yeah. We just actually posted an article.
We're still very close. Oh, sorry. We're still very close with Damon. He's still a mentor. He's still on the advisory team. So it's not as if the deal fell through. We had a great deal. It's just that it
Yeah.
expired because we stopped our licensing deal, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, we just posted an article, I think it was last week, in a 10K Project Facebook group on all the Black companies that didn't get the deal with the Sharks, either on the show or after the fact, it didn't go through, that have a $1 billion valuation today.
Yeah,
So you know, that's not the end all be all by all means.
exactly.
Yeah.
Damon says, how has the supply chain issues affected you overall?
Is it Damon John asking that question?
Damon West.
All right, dang, he heard us talking about him. No, so the supply chain issue, that is now somewhat hitting us, just to be open. It's funny because our manufacturing side overseas and then our manufacturing for wet goods in Chicago area, that hasn't been affected. They're still on their same timeline. And then the boats still actually are making it within 30 to 40 days because we choose specific docks that aren't congested. We generally bring it in through North Carolina, which is a less congested dock as New York or California or Miami. So we get the products in at our warehouse in North Carolina pretty well. Now, what's been affecting us lately is trucking. And I think that's been affecting all companies. If you go to a grocery store right now, you'll see a lot of shelves are not full because trucking is so backed up right now. So we're trying to figure out a way around that, whether it be sourcing from more private trucking companies that can get our products from the docks to our distributors or our warehouse quicker, instead of using bigger brokers. But that has been the only slowdown. And when you talk about a slowdown in a truck, that's like 5 to 10 days delay.
It's not months delayed.
It's not
It's
anything
like a few
crazy,
days to
you
put in
know?
perspective. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
There's
for the
some
most
people
part,
you
man.
hear that their stuff has been stuck on a boat at a dock in LA or California for like 4 months. Yeah.
I love it. I love my community. So Dwayne, I don't know if you can see that, but I wrote Relay on Demand on my paper. So Relay on Demand, guys, and then Dwayne put it in the chat also. They were, I think, like the second company that pitched with us last year. I'll make an introduction. They're a trucking company.
Okay.
I love how this community, I'm so impressed. Y'all will be remembering all the pitches previously and always suggest the connections. I love it. But I'll make that connection and I'll make the Sunjoin connection. And Damon, I think they answered this a little bit. You said the products, some of the products are made overseas and then the wet products are in Chicago.
Yeah, so initially we started our wet products overseas, but we moved it all to Chicago recently, and then all of our electrical products and shaping tool are currently overseas. Although I've started talks with a few molding companies stateside to see if they could handle our shaping tool. Nobody in America is ready to handle I'll keep it. They're not ready to handle the quantity of products of these of electric products yet. It would cost us $1 billion to do that. But the shaping tool is an option here. So we're starting to figure out how we can have manufacturing here and overseas at the same time in case things start getting bad between China or whatever. And we put sanctions on them or whatever, and they already had the Trump tax, which is 25% hike on duties for this product. So I expect it to not go anywhere anytime soon. So trying to see if we could get it at the same price somewhere in the United States as well. And I started talks with them. But as of now, we haven't had any hold up manufacturing wise. We have a great agent overseas who I've helped launch probably 10 other products for Black entrepreneurs, from CAD to molding to manufacturing. and I put them through my agent. But my agent has relationships with so many manufacturers that if one manufacturer can't get to this, we have a backup or whatever, you know.
Good. And Ayana says, is the shaping tool made out of plastic or metal? It looks like it's plastic, right?
Plastic, yeah. It needs to be flexible so that it can mold against your hairlines or bend against your head. Because not every, I mean, we don't have Frankenstein heads. We have these contours. So, you know, being able to kind of push it against your head kind of helps a little bit. Yeah, so it's plastic.
Very good. Elizabeth said, is the investment for present and future products? So if we invest with the Cut Buddy, is that the company with the products it owns today and any future innovation?
It's not for anything. It's just to give me money. Yeah, it's for the whole, it's for everything under the Cut Buddy. From all the patents that we own, all the products that we make, all of our distribution, all my work. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good. Ayana says, can you explain a bit more about your plans to penetrate the market in Africa? Is it through e-commerce or brick and mortar? Given the younger and diverse population in Africa, how are you planning to market the product? And what is the time zone horizon or milestone? So we'll leave that question up a little bit because it has quite a few pieces to it. So first tell us how you're going to penetrate the market in Africa.
So I think that penetrating the market in Africa is twofold. So and by the way, this on our plan for international expansion, that's in I think year 3. But how I would penetrate the market in Africa would be to find what the equivalent of the Amazon is there. Also find what the equivalent of a CVS is there. But for more smaller areas, I think that we need to be more organic with beauty distributors who actually are selling in the smaller shops. But I would say that the market in Africa may be better expanded through the professional side. And so by me saying that is we try and focus on attracting actual barbers to learn to cut hair with our tool and using it to make money with clients. And with that being said, that may create more interest from the clients to buy the tools. We send a Cut Buddy to Africa, a few Cut Buddies to Africa every month. So we know there's somewhat of a demand out there. We also have a distributor, a beauty distributor who buys in quantities in South Africa. And I guess South Africa is the population that's probably growing probably quickest, but that's not really the area when I think about growing in Africa that I have in my mind. So I'm thinking more of, you know, Kenya and things like that, where a tool like this can help someone make some revenue. We haven't fleshed out the marketing plan in Africa yet. So that's something we'd probably start talking about by the end of this year, how we're going to start doing international expansion. But when you want to expand, you find the beauty distributors in that area. E-commerce wise, you have to find the equivalent of the Amazons in that area. But you also have to have inventory in that area, because A, drop shipping doesn't make sense. B, shipping from your warehouse in America to Africa for just one unit doesn't make sense money-wise. So you have to find either a distributor or have your own warehouse or Amazon FBA in Africa, so that the shipping cost to the customer is easier to swallow, you know.
Very good. Another connection that just came into mind We had a company called Anasi. They actually still have a live campaign up, I think, on Republic. But they, what their hair care, but where I think they're special and they could be helpful is they've looked at other countries that have our texture of hair. And so they do a lot in Brazil, Morocco, Dubai. Like, so they've taken kind of the not so much the ethnicity, right, but the hair type to say where would our products sell well. And but they've got the connection in those countries, and they have a distributors, beauty supply distributors that sell their products. So I'm going to make that introduction as well. They may be able to help you tap into those countries' markets as well.
Great, awesome. Yeah.
And the way I could also think about it is how we got big was we found people that matched our demographic and our struggles in the United States, and we mirrored them through keyword search on YouTube, and we found nano influencers and we offered them commissions. We still have many of them that we give commissions, and that's actually how we make a lot of our sales on our website. So if we mirrored that same plan with, influencers in Africa, that could create, some type of buzzer attention in Africa, but we would still need a way to have inventory over there ready to go to their customers so that they're not spending $20 for shipping on each of the products,
Right, right. And did we answer Ayana's time frame question? What's the time horizon?
Yeah, I think Josh hit on
20.
it. Yeah, 3 years out or so. It's kind of what we're thinking to kind of start the international expansion.
Wonderful.
We got to become a household name here in the United States so that we have that driving power to say we're penetrating other markets internationally. If we do that right now, we're not a fully known name, and I think the Walmart and the Target relationship and the upcoming relationships with celebrities that we're going to start talking to will get our name out there. And that's when we'll start to penetrate other markets that are nearby.
Sharnetta says, what's your exit strategy?
Jason, you want to cover this or?
Yeah, I don't mind. So yeah, kind of as I mentioned, we would love to get bought out basically by a larger company. The more we grow, the more market share we get, the more innovative we get with our products, the more market share, we take from these larger companies. So our initial thought is to get bought out by a larger company or just a strategic partner to also help us grow. But that's kind of option one. And then, you never know what happens. We could also kind of, go public, IPO. So depending on how large the company becomes, we can IPO. But I do think that we have, with our current momentum, we have a good chance to take a lot of market share and become, a good buyout option for some of these larger companies. And it's still from Josh. I know he said previously, especially from the retail standpoint, there's only so many options that people have on shelves. There's only so much shelf space. So every time we get a product put on the shelf, we're, in theory, we're taking product away from another larger company. And so between that and direct to consumer, we think we'll be a good buyout candidate.
Very good. So Chandra, I like where you're thinking. So, and I'm imagining the packaging already, Chandra, pink with some glittery stuff on it. Chandra says, could the Bald Buddy be used on the body as well? She said, I would love my legs to be as smooth as your head. That is a nice idea. That is a nice idea.
So it's great that you brought that up because we'd had time to talk about it, but I think Jason touched on it slightly, but yes, the Bald Buddy can be used anywhere on your body. Well, I wouldn't use it on my family jewels, but I use it on my chest, my arms and my legs. My wife, when she was pregnant, she had the hump, and to reach over and use the razor was uncomfortable. So she used the first prototype of this to shave her legs. So that brings up what Jason was talking about, is that we are going to pitch a female branded version. And we're working on possibly changing the handle slightly, but we're going to pitch a female version to the shaving section of Walmart next year of the Bald Buddy. So yes, it can be used on any part of your body. I don't want to say any part of your body. Disclaimer.
Non-sensitive
It can be
areas.
used on your arms, legs, chest, back, head, beard, mustache, you know.
Nice. Very nice. Love that. Oh, Tammy's giving some information. So you talked about the equivalent. Tammy says Jumia is the equivalent of Amazon. And I'm assuming this
Jumia?
is in Africa. Jumia, Jumia.
Okay. Right.
And then
Okay.
she put a website in the here too. It's ouraddi.org is the gateway into Africa. Ouraddi.org.
Awesome. Thank you.
Nice, Tammy. Thank you.
Tammy.
.org. Excellent.
Very good. And then Anonymous
Yeah.
says, have you considered formulating a cream similar to Magic Shave that smells better and can be used with the Cut Buddy Shaper?
You mean a shaving cream or what?
Yeah, I think you have the one you have, Josh, too. I'm not familiar with Magic Shave, but it seems like I think you formulated this shave cream we
Is
have
that what he's?
really well.
Is that
Yeah,
what
I
he's
think
talking
that means,
about?
yeah,
the
does yours smell good? I guess
Yeah,
Magic Shave may
so
have a
I'm
smell
sorry.
to it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, so we have a shaving cream that's out, and it has cooling stuff in it. So it's tea tree, eucalyptus, jojoba, and it has willow bark in it. If you guys don't know what willow bark is actually what they make aspirin from, but it's the natural ingredient. And willow bark is an exfoliator, and it also helps you heal and gets rid of too much pain. It's not like you're taking aspirin, but it is what they make aspirin out of. And then they process that into salicylic acid, which is probably used in most aftershave sprays. And then it's turned into aspirin. But we put the natural willow bark in here. We try and use as many natural ingredients in here. We recently committed to PETA, so it'll be cruelty free and no animal products in any of our products starting January this year. So starting 2 months ago, we committed to just doing natural products. So yeah, our product smells real good. It's not an overbearing smell, but the main thing about it is the cooling, healing, and soothing feel of the product. So when I put it on and I exfoliate it with our exfoliator and I let it sit for 5 minutes before I shave in the shower, it really cools down my head, exfoliates my head, it cleans my head, and then the natural glide is pretty easy with the shaver, you know.
Yeah.
And then that's that, it's pretty easy. Our shaver could be used dry as well, but I prefer to use it with shaving cream because I get ingrown hairs myself, so that's why I've created these wet good products.
Nice. And someone said, Lorraine says, isn't Magic Shave a depilatory? So that's a hair remover, right? And then Dean said Magic Shave is old and gross.
Yes, I think that I didn't realize that. I wasn't too familiar with Magic Shave, maybe because it's supposedly old school and gross. But I guess it's like the hairless stuff, Josh. Or not hairless, but you just rub it on and it takes off your hair, like Nair,
Takes
maybe.
off the hair, yeah.
We thought about that, but I don't think
razor
that's something we're
screen
focused
shave.
on.
Oh no. Yeah, we don't. Nah, we don't do that. I can't get myself to sell that to humans, to tell you the truth. I can't do that. I know what that is, and I've tried it before. I don't think it was Magic Shave brand. It was another one. You put it on your head for a while and you rub it and your hair comes off. I broke out the next day like crazy. It just didn't seem natural for something to be able to just fry your hair off. Probably the same stuff they put in a lot of the perms, like Just For Me and stuff like that. It just fry you in general, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't sell stuff like that.
This was an awesome session. Any more questions for the gentleman before we go to our drawing and then our final words? Any more questions? All right, gentlemen, who's gonna pick? Who's gonna pick my number?
Josh, you got it?
Josh? All right, it's between 1 and 501. So any number in between 1 and 501. No, Felicia, don't be telling them to pick your number.
Yeah, I can't look at the chat or I'm gonna get messed up.
You're gonna
I'm
get
sorry,
influenced.
Felicia. I saw your number, so I don't know. It's not looking good.
Felicia
for
doesn't
you.
know if that's a real number.
I'm gonna go with 429. That's my daughter's birthday.
429. So I'm gonna say what 429 is, but first I'm gonna say what 311 was. And I think the person that had 311 is in here. Hold on. I think
wow.
Yep. 311 was Lorraine Johnson's number. So had you that, but let's see what 429 is. 429 is Marcus Brown. Marcus, are you in here? Because they have to be present to win.
Oh.
Marcus Brown.
Marcus not here.
Marcus not here. Give me something else.
Well, I think the next number I was choosing was 311. Come on down, Lorraine.
What's up? Look. Oh, Felicia said not fair. She gave the number. Now she's saying it's not fair.
Awesome.
Love it. All right. Congratulations, Lorraine. Lorraine, I'll be emailing you. Let me make sure I've got your email here, Lorraine, first. And I do. So I'll send you an email and you can tell me which prize you want to collect. That was great, guys. Let's give our closing remarks, and I'm going to go first and I'll let you guys close it out. This was a great presentation.
Yeah, I got a Trini in there.
Okay. Latrice says, watch what I do for March. Nice. So, I think you guys stand out for so many reasons, right? I mean, you've been in business since 2016, right? You said, and you've had a journey, right? And I know you didn't share all of that with us, but we could imagine all of the ups and downs that came with that journey. And so to see you come out on the other side of that, right? Sticking to it, creating a product line, right? From just one product to now you've got a product line, seeing how many of the retail spaces that you're in, still focusing on your e-commerce. I mean, it's very nice, and congratulations are in order, right? So, and we are rooting for you to win. This is wonderful. I love innovation. I love that you've got an innovation brain, and I love that you are pushing past any limits and being as creative as you can. And so, that is the kind of thing I personally look for as I'm building my portfolio, right? And we don't tell the community who to invest in because we're not financial advisors, but I'm telling you, as from my perspective, you are exactly the kind of founder that I would get behind, because you've got that stick-to-itness, right? And constantly pushing the envelope with innovation. So I love that. With that said, the thing that we ask the community to do is obviously to do their due diligence, right? So we go to the Seed on the Table website, go through all of the information on the campaign page so you can make a determination for yourself on if this business fits in your portfolio. But the one thing I will ask you to do is share this campaign link. We've put it in the chat throughout the evening. I think I saw it scroll up there about 20 times, right? Our admin just put it in there again. Thank you. And so please share this campaign link. This particular campaign link is a custom link where we can kind of show you how many eyes we've sent to the campaign. But I always tell the family, if you can't find that link, use the regular link, right? They go to Seat at the Table, click on the Cut Buddy campaign page. The good news is with Seat at the Table, there's, only a few campaigns out there right now. So it's not like you got to scroll through 600 to find the campaign, right? So it's very easy to find. But please share this campaign link. Share it with everyone you know. Somebody early on in the chat said, I've never even seen this product on Facebook, right? I saw that on the chat when we first started talking. And, the algorithm will block us from seeing certain things. And so we've got to make sure everyone we know sees this link, because the algorithm will block us for seeing some of the other advertisements for it, or even like the P. Diddy thing. I haven't seen that, right? 12 million views, and I haven't seen that one. And so we've got to make sure that the right people are getting their eyes on this campaign. It's a great presentation. So I thank you and wish you, all of the peace and blessings. I won't say luck, because I think you've proven that what you have is a skill, and what you're building is based on skill. It is not based on luck. So I'm going to say peace and blessings, and I wish you the most success possible. And this community commits to sharing your campaign link as much as we possibly can. With that said, Jason, you want to give us your final words and then have Josh close it out?
Sounds good. No, again, just want to reiterate how much we appreciate everyone taking the time. We appreciate you, Tawana, and the 10K project setting this up and getting this amazing audience. And hopefully you guys will invest and come along on this ride with us. We think it's a good opportunity, a lot of momentum, and we're very confident we're going to be able to get this done and be successful.
Very good.
Yeah, and I truly appreciate what you're doing. This initiative is great. I mean, even if you guys don't join our family, we still consider you guys family, because what you're doing is changing the narrative. We need to buy back the block. We need to own our stuff. We have all these cool trends, these cool things, awesome things that everybody looks at, but somehow we don't own the intellectual property on. So that's why I make sure I patent everything that I make, because we make the dopest things. And having ownership in retail on those things and seeing our stuff's on the shelf is what matters, whether it be a beauty product, a technology product, a sleeping product, or a pharmaceutical product. We need to own our stuff. So I appreciate you giving us a voice. And you know what? Love you guys. Have a good night.
We love you right back, brothers. We wish you all the best.
Thank you all.
All right. Good night, everyone. We'll see you next week.
Be safe. Bless you guys.